Another crazy day in the market. Yesterday we had FOMC and we had quite a different reaction. We had Bitcoin decide to wake up. It first started to get a little bit shaky. We started to see the slight popcorn. But what's quite crazy about it, we're used to seeing a lot more volatility. Then as Powell's speaking, markets are just calm. Everything's just sitting and all that. And then he finishes. And obviously we have the US 30 start to come down hard. In that same time, we ended up getting a Bitcoin pump. And now we're sitting at a critical level. So in the show, we're going to speak about what are the levels for Bitcoin. Is it going to go for the new highs? What does it have to do to remain bullish? But what's also very important, guys, is looking at the rest and what's actually happening. This strong drop-off from the US, from the stock markets, quite concerning to see how far down this can actually go. But then you also got the things like the banks. Look at this. Guys, absolutely falling hard. And as I can see on the chart, it looks like it's about to come down a lot more. Now, another big thing to speak about is a gold all-time high. Just creep past a slight all-time high at 2083. So what we basically had yesterday, stock market fall, banks falling very hard. Powell doesn't seem like he cares at all about any of that. But then you have a gold break of all-time high and you have a Bitcoin pump. Are people starting to see Bitcoin maybe in the category of gold? Guys, there's a lot to talk about. Let's speak about where Bitcoin's going next. Let's speak about the Ethereum catching a little bit of steam. Is this going to get 𝗕𝗏𝗕𝗃 going? Is it going to get the dominance to come down? And let's speak about a possible short time frame decoupling. Will this, if we go into recession, like what will happen? Is this not Bitcoin's time to shine? There's a lot to speak about. No more wasting time. Let's get into the show.
Click, click. Have you heard the news? What? With his finger on the pulse, it's like Sheldon knew. Click, click. When the sniper shoots, we got Sheldon on the chart, so we never lose. Enter the sniper, sharpshooter advisor. Enter the sniper, he marks the charts right. Enter the sniper, he's calling the cycles. So enter the sniper, click, click, click. Time to be dedicated, sniper mode is activated. Explosions in the market are in target, and Sheldon demonstrates. Mirror, mirror on the wall, Master Sheldon tell us all. We got Sheldon on the chart, so we never lose. Enter the sniper, sharpshooter advisor. Enter the sniper, he marks the charts right. Enter the sniper, he's calling the cycles. Enter the sniper, click, click. Enter the sniper.
Internet. Hello. What's happening, guys? Remember, if you're brand new to the channel, smash the subscribe button, smash the like button if you enjoy the content. Got a big show today. We're going to speak about Bitcoin. We're going to speak about the slight macro. We're going to speak about the banks, speak about gold, all these sort of things. But what we're also going to speak about is the strategy. 2 shows back, I started to teach you guys a little bit of, learn to take, especially for the guys that are trading and guys that are looking to trade. We keep focusing on making multiple good trades. And what I started to explain to you guys was there's actually another strategy. And the strategy is you build trades inside of trades. And what happened to me was I've been training the competition, right? And remember, guys, if you have a look below in the description, you'll find the ByBit competition. We're giving away Tesla, all of that sort of things. You can have a look below. And that's how you can register. If you don't have a ByBit account, open a Sniper School one so you can join Sniper School 2. We have cohort 5 coming up. But what happened was I went through like 3 days. Let's not deny it. The market's been choppy. It's been like chop. And it got quite tough. And I think I ended up rampaging, like, I think it was about 3 or 4 stop losses. And I started off an account with around $650 or something like that. And eventually by yesterday, I was down to like 430 from just the stop and the stop and the stop. But I was explaining to you guys about that strategy where you entering with low leverage or something like that. And if you get stopped, it's fine. Little losses, okay? And then when you finally get the position right, if you do one token and you do it on cross, you're able to actually build inside of it. Now, guys, this is for advanced. I want you to understand where you can get as a trader of what I'm about to show you and things like that. But you need to take your time to actually understand it. But you're able to build. And I want to show you the power of, I started off with the 7X when I started. And as we broke a flag, I got in more and I just kept my stop loss above my entry. And now I'm sitting with the position That's looking pretty good. So I'm basically sitting on a position that's now, there's my entry, there's my stop loss. I spoke about yesterday on the FOMC meeting about an entry that I'm taking on Solana and that I'm taking on Theta. Let's see if I can reload this to show you where my entry is on Theta. Okay, guys, this is important because you can use this strategy if the markets go up or down. And I just want to explain this quickly to you. You can see this one, I'm already, I had $500 in the account. I'm already $500 up over here. There's my entry. Okay. Now, the power of this, I don't believe in high leverage at all. I don't believe in any of these things. But with this strategy, if I can keep my stop above my entry and I can keep building my positions, I'm not at risk because my stop loss is above. And that's the big thing, okay? But I've managed to build this position size over here up to a 45x, which is crazy. I never, ever say you go anywhere above 10. But I found this strategy, guys, and it's working. It's incredible. And I'll show you guys how it basically works. And I'll be speaking on this a little bit later on within the show. Now I've built up to a 45x. There's my entry all the way down there. I have another flag, which I'm building. And if I break, I'm using the strategy again to build my size bigger. Look how far my entry is. My stop loss is above entry. And I've built a huge position, like a massive position. So what am I trying to basically say? It took 4 days of stop losses. It took 4 days of these things. Risk to reward is your friend all the time. And this is why Sniper School, why everything's so important to explain it to you. And then I have one hit, one fishing rod take off, and now I have a huge position. And what I like about it is we jump in here and we go to the higher time frames. This could possibly be just the start. I'm waiting for that big trend over there. So I decided to use this little area to build a big position. If we break up from here to there, an even larger position for the real breakout, the one that could really come if the markets decide to continue bullish. I am huge in here. Stop losses are way above entry. And now I can fly it just for this little trade over here. This little piece that moves in over here of that 8%. And if I get it right, that 8% puts me at 1,000% profit. Where will that put me on the leaderboard? Right now, I'm 86. I was 900 because I was stop. But I stuck to my strategy. Where does that put me here? We got a few guys that are doing well. We've got 464. We got 400 stuff. But you see the power of it, guys. Being patient, relaxing, taking more steps within, and actually understanding the game. So I'm going to speak about that later within the show to explain to you guys that you just have to think very differently. That's what you got to do. So let's jump into Bitcoin quick. So nice bounce. We're not out of the full waters just yet, but good bounce. It was good to see Bitcoin bounce. It was good to see stock markets come down. Good to see gold bounce too, and actually break all-time high. That was really good. We'll speak about where we could see gold going next soon. So what we basically have is we still have Bitcoin in this range. And yet again, we've made a higher low, which is really good. And now what you can basically do is you can just pop this little support trend in on the 4-hour. And that's the trend, right? That's the trend for Bitcoin, the bullish scenario for us to have this bullish play out. We got to keep holding that trend. Very simple now. Remember, simplify it for yourself. So we got the trend in, and it's basically saying anytime Bitcoin goes below 28K or anything like that, there's going to be an increase. And then we have this support, which is the 26,800 that I've spoken about. And then below that's the $25,000 zone with the 200 weekly is. For now, we don't have to think about those areas and as long as we hold the support trend. Now, what's important for Bitcoin is we've had FOMC, we've had everything start to settle. Now it's important for Bitcoin to finally break the higher high, to get through some major levels. We still have the very important level of the 31,000. And ultimately, throughout this move, we want to get through that. And then we got the gaps, right? Where's the gaps? The 35, 37, 38, all these sort of things is where we could go next. Right now, we're just focused on the interim. So what do we want to see on this move? We want to see that the smaller time frame RSIs and the 12-hour and stuff are crossing to the upside. So it looks like the bulls are going to try ride this for a few days. And what we want to see is the first target. The first target is let's go above 30K. Let's get the short time frame higher high. What was the problem the last push up? We had this huge push up. We obviously had Powell speak, or I think it was the numbers that came out that caused this huge dump off over here quick, got bought up. But the big thing was us not getting the higher high. And therefore, we ended up coming all the way back down to the range lows. So now it's the same thing again. We just want to see Bitcoin hold this trend. Amazing. But ultimately, we want to see it break through here and get through that 30K region. It gets through that. Any tests, amazing. This will be great reload zones. And then we got to go for the big test of the $31,000 zone. So it's quite simple when it comes to Bitcoin and charting exactly where we're at right now. But this is what we want to see on the actual current move as it speaks. And like I say, any danger zone is around the 28,000. Now, let's quickly speak about stock markets. Let's see where we're at over here. Because right now it's good, but we want to make sure that it stays good, obviously. So, yes, we have Bitcoin going against and things like that. But we had quite a strong rejection of the US30 of this wedge. And what it's sort of looking at now is a possibility of coming down to these lows. Now, I think Bitcoin is fine coming down over here. I think Bitcoin holds okay. If we start to drop these levels now, we're starting to look at quite a big decrease. So we got to be aware of this too. And that's why that beautiful trend on Bitcoin will just give us that understanding. As soon as we start closing any big candles, daily candles, things like that below that support on Bitcoin, and this breaks this trend, then we might have a little bit of early signs. But for now, we just want to see this US30 basically just hover. Now, I spoke about it yesterday. There might still be, yes, there's recession. There's probably a recession coming, definitely. And we're going to speak about how Bitcoin's going to react, because even gold comes down in a recession and the dollar strengthens and things like that. But I still think there's a possibility of a high first. We have elections, we have all these different things coming up. Like a high of a stock market is still definite. And the reason being, well, still an option. The only thing that will change my mind is obviously the break of the support. Okay, but as long as we hold these areas, we could still have a push. And we're still not that far from an all-time high. But the reason why I'm saying that is because we still have the Dixie just hovering at this major support over here. And like we said, if we lose it, look how huge the gap is over here. So there still might be a little bit of an interim bullish scenario. But later on in the year, there is maybe, the recession, all these sort of things to come. But it is interesting to see that we are still not getting a strong dollar bounce just yet. And yet again, we come into this range lows. So if we can have the loss of this, that would be amazing. That probably means the stock markets attempt the all-time highs again. And we'll basically see from there. And then what we have next is obviously gold. So gold's a big topic at the moment. And I spoke about this yesterday, where we have this trend. And it's very simple with gold right now. Now, remember, guys, we have Prime X BTC below in the description, and they actually have a sign-up bonus today. I think if you put in $500 with our link below, the Sheldon the Sniper link, you get an extra $100. You just got to put your $500 into the margin account. So remember, you can trade gold with USDT. You can trade crypto to oil, crypto to gold. And we've got exciting tutorials coming up there as well. So if you want to open accounts, you want to trade gold, you think gold's going to pump through, open up accounts. But the way you trade gold is very simple. We're breaking resistance now, which should mean we should start extending. We're going to all-time high now. And the only way that you can ride all-time highs and track all-time highs is by trends. That's the only way you can do it. So right now, you got quite a steady trend on gold. You have the break of the high. Any test of support is great areas to buy and areas to put stop losses. Amazing. But as long as we hold here, gold can go. And I sort of got an area at the moment, just off of a fib line, that we could be looking at a 2,300, 2,400 gold, which would be insane. But just use this trend line, guys. So if you like gold, this is good. I think this is good. And I like that Bitcoin's running with it too. So that's amazing. So quick checks on, let's just do quick checks on the total market caps just to see where we're at on these. So we obviously have this looking really good. And what we have on the total market cap, let's actually go to my trade ones over here, and let's go in here. Guys, how are we feeling? Pop in the comments. How are we feeling? How are we doing? How's things going? So what we have is the total market cap over here, and we got the 4-hour trend. And as things stand, we're actually very near a total market cap breakout. Now, if this does happen, it's the same thing. Bitcoin goes and attempts the highs, but you also have a lot of the rest of the markets go and attempt to break the highs too. Total market cap rip completely. Yes, it can be Bitcoin that will add a lot to it, but this should get Ethereum and altcoins to go chase those highs down again. Now, guys, I said it very clearly when it comes to the total 3, alt season, all these sort of things. And I spoke about it yesterday, that this is probably a great area to buy up some more alts. Yes, I was waiting for alt season, and we ended up having a short-term correction. And I'm saying this again. You're going to keep asking when? Like, do you load up when these things come to support? Do you keep building? Because yet again, we've come to support and we've bounced. So we want to see a break of this trend. And then again, a slow grind up from altcoins to the highs. And we want to be in all the altcoin bags before we get to this major gap over here where we start to see price acceleration to the upside. And the reason being is, I explained it to you guys. Make sure your positions are filled before we hit the gaps. Same thing when it came to my trade. Make sure I'm in the position before we hit the gap. Now I'm in. Now who's in control? I'm in control because my stop loss is above. My entry is all the way down here. And now I can play. And by the way, is this breaking? It is breaking. It is breaking. It is breaking. Okay. So I'm just adding slightly. Sorry, guys. I'm still a trader and I do need to trade in between here. I got a job to do here. Amazing. So now I've added some more to my position. I've taken it from 13,000. I've added another $2,000 to my position. Now I am just updating my stop loss quickly. Stop loss above entry at 21.7. 21.7. Amazing. I'll jump back to that shortly, but you see what I do, guys. I build up here, build it up, build it up. Now we form a flag. Remember, we drop the bottom of the flag. Amazing. I'll take some profits. Fantastic. Break the top of the flag. I build my position. Keep my entry at a good place. Put my stop loss above it. And now I can ride it. Remember, I'm trying to trade for the little trade at the top. This will probably be the last time I'm adding for take profits. And that's where we start to, I had this with $420 yesterday. I'm now $450 in the profit. And I'm hoping that this gets to around 1,200, 1,300 and take profits. Then I'll be 400%. Probably around 250, 300% within the competition because I started with 600 and then I can start getting myself in the top 10. That's the goal. Okay. So let's jump back. So like I said, altcoins looking good, looking strong. Now let's speak about the next one, which looked strong yesterday and it's still holding good at the moment. And it looks like whenever, Bitcoin rampages, it slows it down, but still Ethereum, guys. The fact that it's just holding the support, holding. Yesterday we saw a nice little wake up. But for me, they're still at some points showing a little bit more time with this trend line, but definitely an Ethereum awakening is coming and it's showing a little bit more time. Possibly we're still in a wedge, but as long as we hold the support and we eventually break this Ethereum. Now we got to remember when we jump to the Ethereum chart, we never hit the major areas that we wanted to. Let's go back here and go. We never hit the areas. What are those areas? The areas are basically the higher levels. There's the breaker trend, the tweet that I sent last night. Which are the areas? It's basically the areas of the $2,300, $2,400 level. This for me is still an area that I see Ethereum getting to on this push. And now we are getting a break of trend. So for me, if you're buying over here, I don't think there's much more time above the $1,900.20. Your stop losses in these areas over here. And now it's got a job to do. Very similar to Bitcoin. It's got to break its way up and we've got to break the high. And if we break the high and we close daily above that and do these things, smash the like button. If you want me to talk about the strategy, smash the like button. Smash. Then I'll speak about it. And from there, we could start to see the acceleration to the upside. So Ethereum's looking pretty good. Then when it comes to many of the altcoins, okay, many of them, I played out the two scenarios. And yes, we might be getting a hint of the first scenario, which is the bounce. Remember, I spoke about we're on support now, guys. So this is the time for us to be waking up. But in order for all of this to happen, we do need the break of trends. So what do we have at the moment? We have Bitcoin. Let's quickly jump into Bitcoin. We have Bitcoin. We need to break trend. We have Ethereum already breaking trend, which is a little bit of a hint, which is good. Okay. And then from that, we need the altcoins to break the trends. We break the trends. These bullish scenarios are looking to play out where we start to get back to those highs, if not finally hit the gaps to get through that mini alt season that we've been speaking about, right? So many of them now, even these areas of dollar costing, these are the lows we want to hold. It's very clear, okay? From here, break, maybe retest, and then we send our way up. You could see just to the next resistance is 36% up from near. And this is with many of the alts. We look at things like BNB, hold the area beautifully, hold support fantastically, and it does have a major support. So what it's trying to say to me is Bitcoin might run first again. It might. Bitcoin might go now for the 30, go for the 31 first for the next few days. The alts will slowly creep up to the major trends, slowly creep up to these zones. And then once they break these trends, they will join. And you will start to get a total 3 awakening, a total 2 awakening, and you'll start to get the big dominance to probably shift. Now, the dominance is a big one, guys, because it's just hovering here. We're getting these little pushes down. And like I say, as long as we keep these lower highs, there's still that leg that can come at any moment. And we've got to be ready for it. The big leg there, if not the big leg there. And we know that that's going to be real money time when it comes within the altcoins. Okay, but there is the scenario of us breaking the top. And if we break the top, like I say, 40K, we can be looking at a way higher Bitcoin. And is this not the time? If we have the banks collapsing and we have all these things happening, probably the best time for Bitcoin to wake up is now and to get to these major levels. So we're paying attention. The only reason that we'll be okay with dominance finally breaking this 2-year range, if Bitcoin wants to go to the 40s. You want to go to the 40s, fine, brother. We'll let you go to the 40s. We'll allow it to happen because we know what comes next. We're going to the moon as long as we hold the support trend line. Yes. That's the beauty of it. Not about the news, not about this. We hold that support, we can go to the moon. At any time, we can go to the moon. Yes. Total 3 holds trend, we can go to the moon. Yes, 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 yes. And we have to keep thinking like that. Why? Because we won't fall behind if it happens. For those who say it's not going to happen, I rely on a single trend line to tell me that. I have to remain bullish until this line is broken. And why that's good? Because if it happens, we're not left behind. 90% of the world will be left behind. And that's the fantastic thing about it. So we have the dominance. Guys, if you don't mind, I need to quickly take 2 headache tablets. My head is pounding at the moment. Amazing. So like I said, the way you become a successful trader is being ahead and having 2 scenarios all the time and understanding how to trade either one as it comes. We're still aware that this flow can come at any point. That's why we're learning on alts. And we're still aware that it may be prolonged for another 2-3 weeks, but it will be a slight sacrifice of a 40K Bitcoin. And that's the great thing of it. As long as Bitcoin is going up, it's amazing. So it's just good to understand these things, guys. Very important to understand them. Now, if you look at many of the altcoins, this is where the beauty comes. Why did I build a big ass position on Solana? Because Solana was on a very important high time frame trend. So I'm like, whoa, if I can build a huge ass position here and I can focus on here, and yes, I get a few stoppages, doesn't matter. If I can get it here, okay, and we can break an important trend. Now look at the major trends over here. Now I'm going to quickly jump into the strategy before I jump into the rest of the coins, okay? So what I basically do is I know we're on major support. And I know that if we break short-term trends, we can bounce here. Why? Because we've bounced here many times before. You can see the amount of times. Every time we reach this trend, we bounced. So this is my area of where I want to fish. So I zoom in, and I'm like, let me track these trends. Let me see where this is basically at. Because I know in the high time frame, we're at a really good place. So I'll basically take $200 and I'll jump on and I'll go, okay, cool. On a 5X, I'm entering here. Why am I entering on low leverage, guys? Now, guys, I want to explain this to you again. You don't have to be a leverage trader, but I seriously think you should be using the leverage platforms. And the reason why I think you should is because they're easy to use. So all you have to do is literally go on a 1X. You don't have to, oh, we're going, huh? Where am I now? 62. Coming, baby. We're coming. Top 10. Let's go. That's the goal. What was I saying? Yes. So back to the platform over here. You don't have to trade leverage, guys. You don't have to. You can go to a 1X and there's no liquidations. There's no problems with that. Jump to a 1X and do it. But the platform's nice, especially if you have dollar businesses. And what I mean by that is this is an account to make me dollars. You have some accounts that are there to make you Bitcoin, some to make you Ethereum. And I explain that to you. If you have that business, jump to the weekly, jump to the monthly, and trade altcoin pairs to Bitcoin and Ethereum. And for any of your 2-year portfolios, build Bitcoin, build Ethereum. And then you have dollar-based businesses, stuff where you got to pay groceries or you got to make a salary every month. Use these platforms because they're so easy to use, because basically you will always know what profits you're in. You'll always know if I click this thing, I can put a stop loss and I can put a take profits. It's just easy to work with. So you don't have to be a high leverage trader or a high risk taker. It's about what's easy and simple for you. So the way it basically works is from here, I'll jump in and I'll zoom in and I'll be like, okay, let's look at Solana at where we're at right now. And what made me get in, guys? What made me get in? I knew we had a critical area. That's what made me get in. Break a trend. Okay, amazing. So we break a trend. I put a stop loss. Fantastic. We go up to this area over here. Remember the gaps that I spoke about? We build a flag. Fantastic. We break the flag to the upside. So let's put the little flag in over here, and you guys saw it on the thing. We break the flag to the upside. What does that mean? We're going to go to the next trend line. Where's the next trend line? It's this major trend over here, the one I just drew. Okay, amazing. So if I use this profit that I made here to make this position bigger, and I put my stop loss under here, we go there, right? Then it's the same thing. Now this goes up. So for example, you started on a 1x and you had a 2% stop loss. Now all of a sudden you're going profits. You're like, okay, so now let me go to a 2x, buy in with that profit, make my position bigger, and put my stop here above my entry. My entry will move up slightly, but now I got double the money than what I had. Okay, price goes up, goes to this area here. What's going to happen here? You got two scenarios. First scenario, we slow down and we go to the next trend line, right? Amazing. So I could possibly use this to build an even bigger position. Second scenario is we go here, we form a flag, and we reject. Okay, amazing. So I got my trends over there. If we break that trend, I take profits. Fantastic. So I got the two scenarios. Now all of a sudden we get up here and we form the flag. And remember, this only happens when you actually break the flags, guys. You got to break a resistance. Do you see what I waited for here when I did this? I waited for the break of trend before I added. I never added. I never did anything until we broke trend. Now I'm like, okay, amazing. If we break trend, this means we have to go now. So I add in more. I put my stop loss above. And now where I was sitting on $13,000 value position, I'm sitting on a $15,500 position. So it's about taking it slow to speed up. So you jump back into the chart now and you're like, okay, amazing. Guys, smash the like button if you want more of this stuff. So what I love doing, I love teaching. This is the thing. Like, yes, I want to call Bitcoin for you up and down. That's amazing. But like, this is where the magic happens because it's the same thing if it goes down. Flag down, bold, bold, bold. It's the same thing. It doesn't matter which way the market goes. It's about having the understanding of how to use this volatile market. So now again, price goes up and it forms here and we break the top. Where's the next trend? There's the next trend. Okay. Now, one thing that's very important, guys, is I like to use this as a 3-step method. So meaning that this is 1 step, 2 step, 3rd step, I always take profits. Because a lot of the way it works in crypto is usually 3 legs. If it's an upwards leg. So it will go like this, it will go like this, and then it will have some decent correction. So I always use the 3rd step as my final leg to take profits. Okay. So I've just completed step number 1. Now we go up here and we break trend. What do I have an option? There's my entry. I have all of this profit over here. By breaking that trend, it's indicating I can go to this area over here. So I'll use this profit and I'll make my position bigger. And as I'm making my position bigger, what happens? Your entry price goes up. Which means as my entry price goes up, I take my stop loss and I move my stop loss up too, right? And from here, it breaks and it rides this last leg. Now, what does that mean? It means I basically turned from a 1x to a 2x to a 4x. I 4 times my position size, which equals 4 times more of a profit. So all I need is this last little push over here. And it gives me a way bigger result than me having to trade 3 times. Otherwise, you would have bought, sold, bought, sold, bought, sold. You know what the problem with that is? The problem is that you have to keep throwing away your entry price. By you adding to your positions, you still have a good entry. The problem is if we broke up here and we broke up and you end up taking profits, right? Over here. And now we break to the upside. Now you want to re-enter the trade. You're entering and that's your entry. Do you see how you just gave away your entry that was here? You just gave it away. Like you literally gave. And what does that mean? If it fakes out, you lose money. And that's the big thing, guys. So it's just about being very smart when it comes to these things. So the way I'm trading this trade in front of you, and there it's going. Amazing. Where am I now? Okay, it hasn't updated yet. We'll allow it to update. When does it update? Oh, in 3 minutes it updates. Okay. But do you see what I'm doing? So I'm trading this trade where I'm way more patient. I don't have to take 20 trades in this competition. I got to take one really good one. So I'm using this step, I'm using that step, and I'm taking profits on that step. And that's my plan. And now that's not me being incredibly bullish. That's me saying that Solana, I just wanted to this major trend over here. I'm not even talking about all-time highs. I'm not even talking about anything higher than that. I'm just using this leg that we've previously done many times already before. And like I said, this works on the same way to the side and things like that. So guys, it's just another very powerful thing to take your time on. And I do this in the live sessions. You do Sniper School, you get the live sessions. These are things that I'm focusing on very much. Go rewatch this, take a bit of time on it, and start on a 1x. You don't have to do this. You don't have to go crazy. You are in control of your own money. You are the boss. Start being a good boss. Start knowing the fundamentals of your own business, and just become very smart within the game. So that's my plan on that one, guys, is how to basically do well within the competition and things like that. And if I win the competition, okay, you know, we'll talk about that later. It's not even about that. My goal is just to do well and to prove to you guys that you can do well within the space. We'll speak about that topic later. Okay, so again, spot positions. Solana looks good. Stop loss on a previous low. You want Solana to break the trend, same as the rest. So a lot of these coins you could see over here, same as Chainlink, bounce on support. Amazing. We had a lower support, a bounce on this regional low. Now what we want, which actually looks pretty good, is we have the short-term trend here. We want Chainlink to break that trend. Secondly, above that, you want to take your Fibonacci from top to bottom. It needs to get past 618. Gets past 618, means we could get past the high, and then we jump to the high time frame, and then we want Chainlink to break the $9 and finally go to the higher targets. So Chainlink, still good, guys, still good to dollar cost. When it comes to AVAX, there's the two scenarios I printed out for you perfectly. So the next time we're at support and we've had a 20% correction, you know what to do. You know where to enter, you know where to put your stop losses. Stop being afraid. When it's uncomfortable, you have to be ready and you have to learn to use that uncomfortability. The only reason you're uncomfortable because you don't know what to do if it goes wrong. I'm teaching you what to do if it goes wrong, because it would have dropped and we would have had a huge ass drop off. For now, we're bouncing in the right area. We want to break this trend. And this is how I'm looking at it going for now when it comes to AVAX. I saw Phantom woke up also. There we go. There's the first scenario. So guys, what I'm seeing on a lot of them is altcoins have to still go to resistance. Ethereum and Bitcoin at very close of already breaking out of resistance, which probably means if we go really bullish now, Bitcoin, Ethereum first again. Altcoins creep up to the trend, and then we break through there. Stop worrying about when this explosion happens. Are you loaded up enough? Are you ready for it? If a bull market starts, are you prepped? Have you got strategies? Do you know what you're going to do? Because it comes so damn fast, and if you ruin it, you have to wait 4 years for another attempt. And that's a big thing. So many of them are showing these things. Over here, Cardano, they're still holding trend, guys, which is good. And I'll be keeping us very focused if we do lose those trends on what we should be doing. For now, we're strong. So the next coin, 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗬𝗕. Shame. And I got a guy, Dylan. Where's Dylan? He's one of the guys that trade with me. He entered here last night, guys, and he got stopped out. He actually got liquidated. He went on a high leverage, and look at this. Dylan, you're probably crying, bro. I feel so bad for you. Oh, you're probably crying, bro. Oh, that's so bad. So 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗬𝗕, guys, running again. I'll say it again. Take your damn profits. Take your damn profits on these meme coins. We might actually get a pump in the quality. So be very smart with that. Now, guys, I want to quickly speak. I'm within this the competition, within Discord, all these sort of things. By being in Discord, you can get into school. You can get into all these specific things. You got my show charts. All these charts I just spoke about now, you get them in Discord, guys, in the VIP section. And things like that. And then you also have the tournament. Like if you're doing any of these, because remember, we've got OKX, we're giving out a 𝗕𝗬𝗕, guys. If you have an OKX account, we're giving away a 𝗕𝗬𝗕. So join the OKX account. Every trade you take is a ticket, and we're giving away 𝗕𝗬𝗕 in the next 10 days, which is going to be insane. But I actually want to quickly bring in Josh. Josh is over here.
Yo, what's up, guys?
On Discord, bro. I think people, guys, we give you so many trades for the competition. We give you so much stuff for the actual show, all these sort of things. Josh, would you mind showing them a little bit of the alpha within the, because they have it every day.
I'm heavy multitasking. I'm longing. I'm running the show, and now I'm going to show this.
You're also longing. Amazing.
Pull up quickly.
Fantastic. While I'm here, my theta position looks good. Looks good. See, I started with $473. Now I'm on 1,100. Amazing. Stop loss above it.
Can you see my Discord?
We can, brother.
Can you pull me up?
Yes, go for it.
Okay, yeah, guys. So definitely join up on the Banter Hub. Of course, this is the place where all the traders are, right? If there's anybody in the chat here, they're super active in the Discord. We can see as you come through the Discord, you'll be in this welcome section here. Get through, you get all our upcoming shows, latest. We do giveaways. You can follow us through Banter Hub, news and updates. We have a newcomers chat there. So if you guys have any problems, just tag me, just tag one of the moderators. We'll sort you out. Guys are sharing their trade results throughout the day, motivating one another. You can see we've got a couple coming through today. And obviously these guys are chatting all day long about potential trades and stuff. So guys, if you feel like, just for the community side of things, if you guys feel like, you're a little bit nervous about taking this trading competition alone, then definitely join the Banter Hub, guys. We have live shows coming. We have sniper mentors coming to do some AMAs in the next couple of weeks or so. We have live shows. We have all that content coming through. And then, of course, we have the VIP section. Now, the VIP section, guys, all you need to do is go into the description of this video. One of Sheldon's links, right? ByBit, BitGet, OKX, and then we have Prime XBT coming pretty soon, right? I think Prime XBT will come next week. Open an account, deposit a minimum of $10, right? $10 will get you into VIP access, and you'll have VIP access for the rest of time, right? Simply and then you can trade alongside Sheldon. You'll see all the referral links right there as well. And every single chart that Sheldon shares on his show, it all gets posted here. So yesterday's charts are all loading up here. You guys can actually interact with the chart by pulling it up on your own trading view. If you miss anything, you guys can actually evaluate the chart yourself. And then, of course, we have the sniper setups and all the trade setups coming in. 1 hour ago, we had a bunch of 𝗲𝗍𝗪𝗧, we had 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗧 trades. Yeah. Everything's categorized as well. So if you want to follow a specific trade or anything like that, it's all set up right there for you guys.
Amazing. Thank you, brother.
Awesome, bro.
Thank you, brother. Much love. Guys, you'll soon get to know Josh. He's an absolute machine when it comes to Discord. He's there, he's trading, he's hot. Guys, community, join the community. We have all the stuff for you. It's quite simple. And the thing is, for us, exchanges, they sponsor your things into these things. All you have to do is open the accounts and things like that. Okay, amazing. I think I just want to double check. Oh, last thing, guys. We have ByBit, which are doing this whole KYC thing. Now, guys, remember what we said. To get into VIP, to get into school, to get into the live sessions we do every day within school, you have to be using one of our links. So they're going to ask you to, we're going to explain this tomorrow, but you're going to have to make sure your KYC, because if you've opened 3 accounts with ByBit, you've got to KYC one of them. Just make sure you KYC the ones under the Sniper School link or under the Sniper School link so that you still have access, because otherwise it will kick you out of Discord or will kick you out of these things, because that's what we need in order for you to get in there. So we'll speak about that on tomorrow's show. So for now, guys, let's allow it to rumble. Things are looking good. There's a lot of spot entries and start thinking about the strategies. So have a fantastic day. Much love to you all, and I'll see you on tomorrow's show. Much love, Banter fam. Smash the like button.